Good day, good day. Doing an update on my Honda Insight build restoration. This is video 5 or 6, I don't remember which, but I've done a few things to the car. I'm trying to shoot out these videos as I get 3 or 4 things done at a time, just so it doesn't get overwhelming. And so yeah, some of you guys have left some great comments. Glad that these videos are encouraging you if you're doing a similar build or restoration. So yeah, since I've done my last video, I've just done some appearance mods, and I'll walk around the car real quick. And you know, there's a lot of little things you can do to these cars, or any car, to really spice things up and kind of refresh it and bring it back to newish, almost new. One big thing I'm waiting on is I ordered some touch-up paint about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it still has not come. I did get it, but it was the wrong color. It was way too light. So I've got a couple more sources trying to get the right color for this car. And once that comes, I'm really excited because there's a lot of little nicks. You probably can't tell from the camera, but just little stuff like this all over the car that I'm looking forward to cleaning up, and it will really improve the appearance even more. But as it is, I did a video a few weeks ago about the wheels, and they look great. That really helped, just getting that dull finish off of the wheels. The car is quite dirty right now, by the way, but just getting a lot of that dull out of the wheels made a huge difference to the way the car looks. So they're not perfect, but it was free. And but since the last video, I've did a window tint, did 20%, and super happy with the way this car came out in terms of the tint. Looks just great. And very happy, of course, if you ever have done window tinting. It just kind of adds a new sense of atmosphere to the interior because everything's darker and feels a little quieter. And but I went with a 20% tint on the car. It's actually still curing. It was just 2 days ago, and it's about 32 here today. So, but it looks fantastic. Other thing I've done is did some new emblems, logos. Some of these stickers are new. Just put them on. Got my new ULEV sticker put on. And another interesting thing that, you know, really makes a difference with these old cars is the trim, especially if the car's lived outside. The trim can get faded or cracked. I was fortunate on this car, this piece is actually new. Previous owner put a new one on. So this black piece, for example, close up, is brand new. However, that one was just really bad. It was all cracked and dull, and but it looks brand new, doesn't it? So this is a little trick I learned a long time ago. And this is just trim tape. You can buy it. I'm not going to link because, you know, just go search for trim tape. It's basically a lot like electrician's tape, but it's made to not peel off. And so this is just a piece of trim tape put on this trim here. And you just cut it to fit, wrap it, cut it, trim it as needed. And you can do that places like this. I didn't, this is original, but you know, you can do that kind of thing anywhere where there's trim, and I've never had a problem with trim tape. It holds up years later. So yeah, just, you know, some little things, stickers, trim tape, the tint, really freshen up the car. I also got a new mat for the back. This was about $60. It's used, but really makes a difference, just that mat. It's a custom mat. And the other thing I wanted to show here before I turn off the camera is last video I talked about my speakers. So what I ended up doing is I bought some Polk speakers. They're marine speakers. If you search Honda Insight, you'll find shallow, narrow speakers that will fit in these doors and still maintain the stock appearance. And that's what you need if you want to maintain stock appearance, which I did. So my plan was to put the Polks, the upgraded speakers, they're decent speakers, they're, you know, $40, $50 speakers, in the doors, and then take the stock door speakers and put them in the back. But what happened was I took the door, the panel off, and lo and behold, previous owner at some point had put some decent Sonys in there. So I put one of my Polks in, listened to both. The Sonys sounded just a hair better. Probably not, but it sounded that way. So what I ended up doing is leaving those there, and in my back, I put the Polks. I accidentally cut a little too much here, but I was in a rush. But anyhow, that said, I am super happy with the way this sounds. Just give you a demonstration. Obviously, it's going to sound different in your car. This is a cheap JVC head unit, but So it really makes a difference. In fact, what I'm going to do now to close this video out is I'm going to fade the speakers to the front only, and then bring it balanced back to the back so you can hear the difference, because with it in the front is how it used to sound with no back speakers. And they're not real clear because the seat is blocking most of the sound, but it really does add a fullness and a bass if you EQ and balance it right, which I spent about 20 minutes just playing with all the settings and getting it where I wanted it. But let me do that. All right, so we're in 0 now, it's level. So this is what it used to sound like with only front speakers. Now, this is the front and rear. And this is rear only. Again, now if I move the seat up, they'd be very, very clear. But that's not how we roll. So, with the seat in the normal position, it's not the most clear sound, but it adds again, and if you listen to the difference between front only, and then here's everything with perfect balance. Big difference. And so this is, you know, these are cheap speakers. Again, I think they were $40, $35, I don't remember, but they're just Polk. Search if you're looking Insight speakers, Polk. Something comparable to Sony's in the front, very similar, probably the same price. So we're talking 70 or 80 bucks. Really good speaker upgrade for the car. And the car's so small in here, you don't need much to get a decent sound. So I'm really happy with it. Coming up, I'm excited. I'm going to do some other videos. I'm going to do something really special in a couple weeks. I'm getting the 30% hack done to the car. I'm going to take it to Atlanta, visit with a friend of mine, and have some resistors installed, upgraded fuse, and going to add 30% power to the IMA engine supplement. And you can read about that. Look for it. 30% hack, Generation 1 Insight. So that's going to be cool. I looked at some dyno charts. Looks like it's going to add some horsepower. It's exciting, safe. Excited about that. And I'm also going to do a couple videos about sort of like true cost. You know, some things I've learned about, you know, what does an Insight cost? Then if you do the battery, the grades of battery, I'm going to do a video comparing the 6.1 amp hour stock battery to the 8.0 upgrade, which I have. Big difference, by the way. I've had the car with both, and big difference. And then just kind of upgrades. I'm ending up going to spend about $1,000 in upgrades on this car. That's the things like the S2000 wheel, the speaker, the rear springs, all the stickers I'm doing, the window tint, the 30% hack, you know, all the little things, the floor mats, the short shifter, the armrest, all these little things that it's right at $1,000 what I'm spending doing the work myself. And I'm going to talk through that in a future video, kind of when I get about done with the car. And kind of just talk about, you know, if you spend $1,000 on an Insight in restoration, this is kind of what you can do. I think it's been well worth it. So that's all coming up. Those are my plans. But for now, I just wanted to show some of these appearance mods I've done. I'm going to turn this off and drive home and listen to Buckethead. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next video.